let's make chai spiced granola. This recipe has a whole lot of ingredients. We're going to use oats, buckwheat, coconut, protein powder, pepitas, sunflower seeds, flaxseed, and more. And the wet ingredients are cashew, butter, olive oil, a bit of spices. We want to combine everything to make sure it's really nice and homogeneous, specifically the wet ingredients. As always, I'm going to leave all of the ingredients in the description for you, so if I can't list them here vocally or on the screen, have no worries. You can literally copy and paste the recipe from the description into your phone, into your itinerary, and have it forever if you want. Anyways, the one additional sweetener I like to add are rhubarb dates or medjool dates. George just got back from a trip from Dubai and he brought me these incredible rhubarb dates, which honestly I've never found in stores here in the US, so I was super delighted to try and cook with them. I got about half a cup's worth of packed rhubarb dates. I chopped them finely in order to add them to the rest of the granola. You can also substitute this with medjool dates, as I stated before, and later down in this recipe, you'll see that I also added raisins. This is simply because I really love dried fruit in my granola recipes. So once you have all of your dry ingredients in your medium to large size mixing bowl, we're going to add those chopped rhubarb dates, combine it with a spatula until everything is really nice and harmoniously mixed, where there are no sort of large lingering pieces or clumps of chia seeds or sunflower seeds. You really want it to be as evenly dispersed as possible, because when you add the wet ingredients, then everything will be nicely combined. As stated before, I did like to add a little bit of raisins. This is because I'm a raisin fanatic. People think it's sort of like an old food, old people food, I guess. I don't find this to be true at all. Raisins are super sweet and succulent, and they're one of my favorite additions to granola, and you find them in basically every store-bought granola. Anyway, we're going to add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients once we've combined both separately and making sure that everything is really nice and homogeneous with that same spatula. Give it a mix until the entire combination is saturated. You don't want any dry oats, because when you cook this recipe, the olive oil will help crisp everything up a little bit, and you don't want some sort of dry oats in this mixture. It kind of creates an unpleasant granola. Then on a baking tray, add your granola and spread until really nice and evenly thin and spread out. I love using a reusable baking mat because you don't have to waste any parchment paper, and it makes cooking really easy and the clean super easy. You want to spread the granola super thin into all of the little edges of the baking tray until really nice and even as possible. And bake at 375 Fahrenheit for 25 minutes, then lower the heat to 275 Fahrenheit and bake for another 30 minutes. You do want to switch the tray halfway, because then it will ensure a really nice even browning. Let it cool completely, then cut it up to bite-sized pieces or really large granola pieces, whatever you prefer. As always, please make sure to subscribe to the channel to show some love, where I produce recipes for free every single Friday when they are released, and daily shorts. See you next time.